Hi, this video focuses on using the desktop interface with the iPad and Kindle Fire to view content. We'll show you some differences as well as some strategies to view PDFs, PowerPoints, HTML pages, and Word documents on your device. To begin, go to your Carmen course homepage and choose your course. We will start with opening a PDF document on the iPad. Once you are in your course, click the Content button. And if you're a student, you will see all of your documents and information under the table of contents. When you attempt to view a PDF on the iPad, you will only be able to scroll down as far as your table of contents. But if you notice, it does not go down any further, and the table of contents just stops over here. So to work around this issue, we'll go back to Content and go back to the student view. If you click the Print Download button and click the checkbox next to the PDF file you would like to open, you can then hit or tap the little print icon next to the down arrow. Because you're on a tablet device, it will not actually print because it's not connected to the printer, but it will allow you to download the document. So you can click the URL and your PDF will open. And as you can see, this is a much larger document than was initially shown by trying to view it within Content in Carmen. Now we're going to show you a workaround to this problem, which will also work when viewing PDF files on Android tablets and Kindle Fires. The next update to the system, which we expect to make in spring 2013, should include changes to correct this issue. In the meantime, we need to download the PDF. While the iPad will show Word documents and PowerPoint slides without any extra steps, neither the Android tablet nor the Kindle Fire will do so. Instead, when you attempt to view a PowerPoint or Word document, the screen is white. Let me show you an example on this device. So if you go to your course, tap the content link, view your content in student mode, unless you are a student, in which case you will already be here. Then you can open your Word document. And as you can tell, this is just a white screen on the Kindle Fire, and it won't even let you scroll down. On the Android tablet, a similar issue occurs. So to work around, similar to the iPad, you want to click the Print Download button, place a check mark next to whatever documents you would like to download, whether those are the PowerPoint or the Word documents, both work in the same way. Tap the little print icon, and now it will download both of those. So you can also download multiple files at once, and then it will give you the URL, and you can open your Word document. On the Kindle Fire, it will download, and you can access those downloads from either your notifications toolbar, which is up here, and scroll down until you find the Word test. And then it will open it in Quick Office. And to go back, you can click the back arrow on your browser, or go to the home button and just go back to Carmen. You can also access your downloads, which may be easier, by clicking this List button on the bottom and then hitting the Downloads tab. And that will give you a list of all of your downloads for today or yesterday that you've opened. So once you open the PowerPoint, that should also show up on that download list. As you can tell, it doesn't matter how long the slides are, you can flip through them. At this point, we've shown a technique to view PDF, Word document, and PowerPoint presentations. However, there are a number of solutions you can try if you have issues viewing other kinds of content, such as web pages or instructor-created HTML pages. Generally, the iPad opens these files easily. The Kindle Fire and the Android tablet are more likely to have problems. The strategies I'm about to go over can be used for each device, though I will use the Kindle Fire to demonstrate them. So let's say, for example, you want to view a web page, such as NBC Learning. Now, in the Kindle Fire at this moment, everything looks like it's working fairly well. However, if you turn it portrait-wise and then go back to horizontal, in the Android tablet, what may happen is these buttons may get pushed off to the side, which if we show an HTML page or instructor HTML page created, try to get that behavior. So at this moment, it is currently working on the Kindle Fire. Though depending on the device you're using and the web page you are trying to access, these buttons do tend to be pushed off and you can't use them, or it'll stop your document about halfway. So techniques for working around that is to switch from portrait to landscape mode and back and forth, or you can hide the table of contents entirely using this button on the far left, which will completely hide the table of contents on the Android tablet. You can also collapse all of your table of contents, and that, generally speaking, will also help. Or a technique which should work regardless of device is to pop out, and you hit allow, your web page into a new tab, and that will show you the web page. Each of those techniques will work either in an Android tablet or Kindle Fire. It depends on the issue that you're having. So trying a bunch of different strategies is a good way to solve the issue that you're having. So just to reiterate, you can collapse your table of contents. You can tap the Show Hide button on the left-hand side, or you can tap the Undock button next to that to open a new tab. When you are ready to log out, you can click the Log Out button. And on each of these devices, make sure that you completely log out by closing out of your browser. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helps you have a smoother experience on your tablets.